No.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tarzan's Treehouse. Today I am joined by Scott and Arian, as you can already tell. So say what's up to them. And today we're going to be doing another NBA episode. But before we get into it, I want to say we are on Spotify now, we are on Anchor, we are on Google Podcasts now. The link to at least two of those will be in this description, as well as the link to our new Instagram account, tarzans.treehouse. Go look that up and follow. And yeah, let's just get into it. I think it was Orange's recommendation that we start off with a round of applause for Team France for beating Team USA in the Olympic opener today. So good job to them. And
C'est triomphe.
yeah, c'est triomphe. And with that said, I mean, the best player on Team USA is Kevin Durant, a person who a lot of people, including two of us, touted as the best player in the world after the playoffs. But now that Kevin Durant has choked very badly internationally. Granted, it's not the NBA, but basketball is basketball at this point. And the guy who was right behind him, Giannis, led his team to the finals and dropped a 50 piece in the closeout game. Does that change your guys' mind at all as who's the best player in the world?
No.
Really? Okay.
He goes up though. He goes up.
Really? How? Yeah. Who does he jump up for you guys? Because I think Eli, you had him under Kawhi Leonard, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. To be honest, my list was kind of trash at the end there.
I think we all get that kind of sense. Personally, looking back, hindsight's 2020, obviously, but I definitely overrated Chris Paul. I did not realize how much his defense has deteriorated, not just in the finals, but the season as a whole. I don't think he should be above Kyrie Irving. Excuse me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Giannis is my number one player in the world right now. After that, like he's my favorite player, obviously. So take that bias for what you will. But after doing that, like, yes, he doesn't have the handles, he doesn't have the 3-point shot, but it really doesn't matter because if you're dropping 50 points and 5 blocks in the closeout game of the finals, it doesn't matter how you got that because you did it either way, you know?
Okay, fair.
I think for me, like 3. I have him at 3, exactly. Giannis is a solid 3. His stonks are going up, so maybe he might be a 2.
Yeah, I think, especially if he continues this kind of stuff next season where he's been the best defensive player in the world, I think, for a couple of years. Anthony Davis was also up there, but when he's hurt, he's not up there, obviously. So I think until Anthony Davis gets fully healthy, Giannis is kind of untouched as that best defensive guy in the world. And if you're averaging 30 points and 5 or 6 assists as a big man, there's not many people who can do that. And with that being said, the championship favorites are not the reigning champions. They are instead the Nets from the East and the Lakers from the West. But the Lakers have been involved in a lot of rumors in the past 48 hours, including one for Bradley Beal, although he's more favored to go to the Warriors because the Warriors see Beal as the top of their list. But more importantly, both DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry have viewed the Lakers as a potential destination and might want to go there together. Eli, you're a Laker fan. What would you think about that?
Let's go. Either of them would help for sure. I'm down to get both of them.
Mm-hmm.
We have some pieces to trade that aren't working out, so.
He means Kyle Kuzma.
I mean, no, there's no other player, man. Shanghai Sharks representative Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, and
he needs to go.
Speaking of Kuzma, he was actually involved in a trade rumor early this morning where the Lakers were apparently shopping him with other pieces to try and get Buddy Hield from the Kings. He's a really good 3-point shooter, so he could help them a lot. But
yeah,
another thing we talked about is Chris Paul could opt out right now. He would be making $44 million from the Suns if he opts in, but if he opts out, there were rumors that he'd be looking for a $100 million contract. The Lakers cannot give him that. The Lakers can pay him about $10 million a year if they sign him. There is the possibility of a signing trade, but then again, how many picks would you have to give up to Phoenix to get that away? You know, if you guys were the Lakers, would you be willing to give up? Or I'm sorry, that's obviously yes to get Chris Paul. He fits really well. But if you guys were the Suns, would you be willing to take on Kyle Kuzma, Taylor Horton-Tucker, maybe KCP, and 2 or 3 first-round picks to give up Chris Paul?
I mean, I'm biased. I can't really answer that. I'd say yes.
You just want the Lakers.
I mean, I would say no if I was the Suns. I think they have a good core team here. They're not gonna. I personally don't think they're gonna have that successful of a run.
Mm-hmm.
They keep everyone, but make a good run in the playoffs, I suppose. That's
yeah, I agree that this year was the farthest they're ever gonna get with a hopefully healthy Lakers and Golden State team and Jamal Murray coming back for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Not to mention, someone's gonna make moves out west. No one's just gonna stay still. Portland might do something to try and keep Dame happy. And if Golden State gets Beal, then I think they're significantly better than what the Suns are now, let alone without Chris Paul. So they developed nicely. Ayton performed very well in the playoffs. Bridges looked great in the playoffs. Jay Crowder is a bigger piece for them than he's been ever in his career. And obviously Booker and Paul are great. But the West is good and only going to get better, I think, with health. Ultimately, there was another Lakers point guard rumor that was not, I already see Eli cringing. He knows what I'm about to say. It was not Chris Paul, but it was Russell Westbrook, who the Wizards have been involved in a ton of trade rumors. Would you guys want to see Russell Westbrook in LA?
No, thank you.
I'd rather see Russell Westbrook than Damian Lillard.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Okay. Do you just think it would be better?
No. I'm not saying because Russell Westbrook is a better player. Obviously, Dame's a better player, but I just don't want Dame on that team.
Oh. That's fair.
Let's not get Dame on the Lakers, man. Come on. Come on now.
Why not?
Send him to the Heat.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be kind of cool.
No, but then Tyler.
See ya, Tyler. I'm sorry. See ya, boy.
He'll probably go
gone.
Portland.
No.
Why do you like Tyler Hero so much?
I think he's funny.
I think it's pretty dope too, but
that's fair.
Sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah, no. If it's Dame Lillard, it's Dame Lillard. Come on.
Yeah.
Even if it's Beal, I think you make that shot.
Tyler 6-man.
No, come on.
No.
Come on.
Tyler's gone, man. Tyler's gone.
If that's the guy that you're hinging on for a deal for Dame or even Bradley Beal, come on, you got to pull that trigger.
Whatever, dude.
Bye,
Tyler.
Yeah.
Bye, Tyler. Exactly.
He can be just as funny in Washington or Portland as he is in Miami, I'm sure.
I guess.
Probably not, but there's a chance. But yeah, ultimately, there's a lot of superstars on the move. It came out right before we recorded this that everyone inside the Clippers expects Kawhi Leonard to return. So if a superstar is moved, it's more than likely going to be through trade, and it's more than likely going to be from Washington. I know Sid, the Wizards fan, couldn't make it today, unfortunately, but he does not want them to rebuild. Honestly, if I were the Wizards, there is no reason not to. I'm not going to contend with the Nets, the Bucks, even the Heat or the Celtics anytime soon. And Beal and Russ are either at or past their peak. I kind of think you have to sell them at this point.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think Beal is past his peak. I think we can squeeze another 2 seasons out of him for sure.
Right, yeah. I meant that more for Russ. I think Beal is in his peak right now. The dude just dropped 32 points a game.
Yeah.
But he's not a young player. He's not going to get better than this. By the time your young guys like Rui Hashimura and Denny Avdija do reach their peaks, Beal is going to be in his mid-30s, maybe a little bit earlier, but still. And there are rumors that with him having a close friendship with Jason Tatum, that the Celtics would be his preferred option, which honestly, I don't know what you'd give if you're the Celtics at that point, because obviously
Jaylen Brown.
You're not giving up Tatum. It might have to be Jaylen Brown. Unless Beal demands a trade, which he could in the next few days. There's a rumor that he demands a trade before Thursday's draft. And unless he does that, he's going to take a huge package. He's under control for a while. So if you're the Celtics, you give up, Peyton Pritchard, Chandler Hutchinson, maybe. You have to give up a lot of your young pieces if you want to make a big three of Brown, Beal, and Tatum. If you're the Celtics, do you pull that trigger? If you're the Celtics and you have to give up Jaylen Brown for Beal, do you do
it? I wouldn't.
I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. I think he's too young, and it's really rare that you get two guys like Brown and Tatum whose prime windows will probably match up. and they're that.
Exactly.
I think I think Miami absolutely should though. If they get the chance to give up like Hero, Robinson, or Nunn and some first round picks, I don't see a reason not to do that.
Get them out of there. Get them out of there. We want to see Dame.
You want to see Dame in Miami that bad?
That's my dream.
That could work, you know. And Eli, since we kind of passed this up, if if you get the opportunity to get Buddy Hield for Kuzma and a couple second round picks or one first round pick, do you take it?
I would take it.
Really? Would you
And
still?
who wouldn't?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Buddy Hield is a very good fit for LeBron James, I think, especially with Davis there.
Exactly. That's what they need, a consistent shooter.
They do, and he's a top 3 or 4 shooter in the NBA right now by a lot of numbers. Now, I'm guessing you still want to let Dennis Schroeder walk for the amount of money he's asking for?
That guy out.
Oh shoot!
Okay.
God, no.
Who is that guy?
Okay, come on. But speaking of soon to be, I guess, a former Laker point guard, Lonzo Ball is going to be a restricted free agent, and apparently he doesn't want to be in New Orleans, and New Orleans isn't a massive fan of keeping him. So there have been rumors of even him back to LA, him going to Chicago or New York. I think Chicago would be a really good fit for him.
Chicago would be good.
Chicago.
I think he's also a very good fit anywhere. I mean, he plays good defense. He can shoot when he can spot up shoot. He's a very good playmaker, but he doesn't demand the ball like guys like Russell Westbrook do. So, he's very good in the role that he can play.
I hope he goes to the Bulls because they're on a come up, with Vucevic now coming and pretty good.
Yeah, and the one thing they do have Kobe White, who is a young point guard, but his prime is a while away. Lonzo's is probably a year or two away, maybe sooner.
Yeah.
And obviously Levine is in his prime, Vucevic is in his prime, so the windows don't exactly line up. But yeah. So with that out of the way, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about, we do have a lot bigger of a project today where we ranked our top 10 at every single position. So in total, we all listed 50 players, and Sid has sent his list in, so I'll be reading for his. And I think how we're going to do this is we'll do the roundtable style from 10 down to 1 for each position at a time, and then we'll talk in between position at what we would change about each other's lists or just what we think in general. Does that work for you guys still?
Or do you want to do like for each position go from like 10 to 5 and then talk and then 5 to 1?
I think that would work.
Okay.
You down for that, Eli?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that case, I will start, and the order will go me, Ari, and Eli, and then I'll read for Sid, and then my 9, and we'll do point guards first. Yep. All right. We'll start from point guards and work our way down to centers. And starting out from my number 10 for point guards, I have Jamal Murray.
I have also Jamal Murray.
I have De'Aaron Fox.
Sid has Mike Conley at 10, and at number 9, I have Drew Holiday.
I also have Drew Holiday at 9.
And make that 3. I have Drew Holiday at 9.
Okay.
Well, Sid is going to break the streak similar to last episode. He has John Morant at 9. And at number 8, I have Russell Westbrook.
At 8, I have De'Aaron Fox.
Russell Westbrook.
And at 8, Sid has Trae Young. And at number 7, I have De'Aaron Fox.
At number 7, I have Westbrook.
Number 7, I have Jamal Murray.
Wow. Okay. At number 7, Sid has Ben Simmons. And at number 6, I have Trae Young.
At number 6, I have Chris Paul.
And I also have Trae Young.
And Sid has Russell Westbrook. So that's the first half. And Sid is not here to defend himself. So maybe we'll go a little easier on that than normal. But I just got to say, Ben Simmons over Trae Young, Mike and De'Aaron Fox. Come on now.
I'm disappointed in my boy.
Yeah.
I'm just like deeply sad. Like this guy right here. Come on. Shanghai Sharks representative, Ben Simmons. Yes, he has good defense, but like, come on, man. What has he improved on his shooting? He's been given years of practice to do this.
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Upon years. Is there even a process anymore?
I don't, not, he's not part of it.
What process, man?
Yeah. And another thing I'll point out with this list, Mike Conley and John Morant are not better than De'Aaron Fox or even Jamal Murray. I'll say that. But Arian, our lists were very similar so far, except I think I had De'Aaron Fox higher than you. Eli, though, you had Jamal Murray at 7.
I do.
And who you had De'Aaron Fox at 8, you said?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have him at 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who'd you have at 8 and 9 then?
Yeah, who did you have?
I have Russell Westbrook and Drew Holiday. I have the same as yours.
I think I have recency bias with Jamal. And since he's not playing enough, I don't have enough info.
That might be true, but I gotta ask Eli, why do you have him over all those guys? I know you're a big fan of him, but still.
I guess that's just it. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know, because I think he plays a big part in the Nuggets, and it shows because how bad the Nuggets looked without him in the playoffs. I think he plays a vital role, and he plays a vital role more than the ones I have below him, I think. Okay, yeah.
I actually think that's pretty fair because we saw the Bucks win a lot of games in the playoffs without Drew Holiday showing up offensively. I get that. I'm not going to change my list. He's going to stay at 10 for me, but I get that reasoning for sure. Are there any other issues you guys have so far?
One notable exception for all our lists, I think, is Kyle Lowry. Dang.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry. He's one of my honorable mentions, but I mean, he's just not. He can't be above Jamal Murray or Drew Holiday, you know.
Yeah, he's
I have
11.
him at
He's
5. No, I'm kidding.
All right then.
All right.
Moving on to our top 5. At number 5, I have Chris Paul.
At
Number 5, I have Trae Young.
I also have Chris Paul.
And Sid also has Chris Paul. And I think our list will be almost identical from this point on. But at number 4, I have Damian Lillard.
At 4, I have Harden.
I have James Harden.
Never mind. Sid also has Dame. And at number 3, I have Harden.
At number 3, I have Dame.
I have Dame.
Sid has Harden. And from this point on, unless you guys are just insane. Okay.
Yeah.
At number 2, I have Luka.
At 2, I have Luka.
I have Luka.
Okay. All right, and Sid also has Luka, and then we all have Steph Curry number 1.
Steph Curry.
So
Sir.
besides Arian had Trae Young over Chris Paul, which after the finals is pretty reasonable. You two had Harden under Damian Lillard, and I had the opposite. Why do you guys think that Dame is better than Harden right now?
Injuries. I think right now he's not at Harden. I don't see his peak athletic performance.
I agree.
He's not fit yet.
I definitely think that's fair. And he had a few injuries with the Nets. Some of them got like flushed off his out of playing shape, which it doesn't really matter. You miss games, you miss games. Hypothetically, if he plays full season next year healthy at the level he did this year, but he plays like 70 games, do you guys rank him above Dame?
Yeah, switch him, yeah.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You're really high on Damian Lillard, huh?
No, I'm really low on James Harden.
And I think there is an argument to be made that he somewhat relies on his free throws for his consistency at least. And a lot of those will be taken away with the new offensive foul rule that we talked about last time. So there is an argument to be made that his consistency could take a hit. Now, moving on to his former position, shooting guard, let's go 10 to 6. At number 10, I have Colin Sexton.
At number 10, I have CJ.
Number 10, I have CJ.
At number 10, Sid has CJ also. And at number 9, I have Fred VanVleet.
I also have Fred VanVleet at 9.
I don't even have him. I have Shea.
Who?
Huh?
Okay.
Who do you have?
Yeah.
Shay?
Shea.
At 9. All right. Sid has Colin Sexton at 9. And at number 8, I have Shay.
At number 8, I also have Shea.
I have Jaylen Brown.
Sid also has Jaylen Brown at 8. And at 7, I have Jaylen Brown.
At 7, I have Jaylen Brown.
At 7, I have Zach LaVine.
At 7, Sid has Shea. And at 6, I have Levine.
At 6, I have Donovan Mitchell.
I have Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. All right.
Also has Levine. Okay, so that's the first half. I think the main takeaway is you guys think Levine. Wait, I'm sorry, Eli. Who did you say for number 7?
7? I
Yeah.
said Levine.
You had Levine at 7. And Ari, you haven't had Levine yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so Ari, you're lower on Donovan Mitchell than most. I somewhat understand that because I also am lower on him than most. But is there a main reason you have him under Zach LaVine?
I see more potential in Zach LaVine. I feel like he has a growing career.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't feel the hype around Donovan Mitchell. He feels very bland. I don't know.
I definitely see that. I think he definitely relies on his scoring to keep his ratings up, which is not a terrible thing. A ton of Hall of Famers have done that. But at a certain point, when your defense is like a barely above average and you don't have that much playmaking at the table, and he's still a relatively inefficient shooter, I think there's definitely a good argument to be made that he's not in the top 5. And Eli, I'm sorry, you said Mitchell 6, Levine 7. Who are your other 3?
Mitchell 6, Levine 7. I have Jaylen Brown, Shea, and CJ.
Okay. So you're really high on someone that I don't think we have on our list.
I told you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's why that's like that. All right. So speaking of Shea and Jaylen Brown, who do you guys think has a higher ceiling for their future?
That's tough, but I think it's Jaylen
Oh,
Brown.
that's tough.
That's really
I think
tough.
it's Jaylen Brown.
Like just a little bit, a hair ahead.
I think I'm gonna go Shea. I think he does more, so I think his ceiling is higher because of that.
Okay.
Anyway, without any other problems, should we move on to our top 5?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At number 5, I have Donovan Mitchell.
At 5, I have Levine.
5, I have Devin Booker.
At 5, Sid also has Devin Booker. And at 4, I have Bradley Beal.
At 4, I have Booker.
I also have Bradley Beal.
Sid also has Bradley Beal. And at number 3, I have Devin Booker.
At 3, I have Paul George.
At 3, I have Paul George.
At 3, Sid has Donovan Mitchell. And at number 2, I have Paul George.
At 2, I have Bradley Beal.
At 2, I have Kyrie.
Okay. At 2, Sid has Paul George. And at 1, I have Kyrie Irving.
At 1, I also have Kyrie.
At 1, I have Clay.
Okay.
Sid also has Kyrie Irving at 1. Now, let's just get this out of the way. The other 3 of us besides Eli didn't rank Clay because of his injuries. But is there a reason you had him at 1 over Kyrie Irving and all of the rest of those guys?
I think he's just awesome shooter. I like watching him more than Curry too. So
Yeah, I also like watching Clay. Honestly, if I had Clay on my list, I'd put him as high as 1, probably. Sure.
I think that's definitely fair. His ceiling when he comes back, he absolutely can be better than all these guys on this list, especially with his defense. It's just hard to do that, now. But other than that, I don't think we disagreed that much, except Ari. Oh, Arian had Bradley Beal over Paul George, right?
Yeah.
You just think he's like the scoring is the diff there?
Yeah. I think the scoring diff is pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair. All right. Should we move on to small forwards?
Yeah, okay.
All right. At number 10, I have Michael Porter Jr.
Wait, at 10, I have Gordon Hayward.
small forward, right?
Yeah.
All right. At 10, I have Bojan Bogdanovic.
Okay.
Okay.
And it has Mikal Bridges from the Suns. And at number 9, I have TJ Warren.
At 9, I have Mikal Bridges.
I have 9. At 9, I have TJ Warren.
Okay. At 9, Sid has Michael Porter Jr. And at 8, I have Bogdanovic.
At 8, I have Porter Jr.
At 8, I have Michael Porter Jr.
Wow. Okay. At 8, Sid has Gordon Hayward, and at 7, I have Gordon Hayward.
At 7, I have Jeremiah Grant.
Hmm.
Wait, so he is a small forward?
I ranked him as a power forward, but it's fine.
Oh. Uh-oh. Well, yeah.
It's fine. We can keep going. We're fine.
Oh, we're at 7?
Yeah.
I have DeRozan.
Hmm. At 7, Sid has TJ1, and at 6, I have DeRozan.
At 6, I have DeRozan.
At 6, I have Gordon Hayward.
Okay, wow. So I think the biggest thing is the Gordon Hayward diff there. Not only did I have Michael Porter Jr. the lowest, I had Gordon Hayward the lowest, I think.
I had Hayward also as the lowest.
You had him at 10, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Eli, you have him over DeMar DeRozan. I think that's the biggest thing here.
Is it?
I think so.
That's pretty big.
It's not that big. I mean, wait, where do you have him?
I have him one spot lower, but still.
Yeah, see, it's not that big.
Well, still, we didn't disagree that much outside of, I guess, Michael Porter Jr., but, I can see the argument there.
Wait, I don't know about the DeMar DeRozan thing.
I mean, I definitely think he's better than Gordon Hayward.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
Sid had TJ Warren above Gordon Hayward.
Okay. Let's just address that real quick. TJ Warren, why is he on your list, Sid? What? I wish he was here to explain his reasoning behind this.
Yeah, I mean, I have TJ at 9.
Me too.
Honestly, in hindsight, he probably should be under Michael Porter Jr., but I have Bogdanovich over him. But Sid has him all the way up at 7, above Gordon Hayward and Michael Porter Jr. and Mikal Bridges.
That's nutty.
You're not a TJ Warren fan, are you?
No, I mean, I wish. I was kind of thinking about putting him in the 10, but that high for Sid is. I mean, he's had a lot of injuries, I think, and this season, I mean, he was out, so I can't really judge him based on
right.
That. But the games that he was in, he wasn't doing that much. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's a somewhat 1 or 2 dimensional player, But do you guys have any other disagreements you want to get out of the way?
No.
All right. I think our top 5s will be fairly similar. The order might be different, but at number 5, I have Brandon Ingram.
5, I also have Brandon Ingram.
Make that 3, Brandon Ingram.
Well, Sid has Chris Middleton, and I have Chris Middleton at number 4.
I also have Chris Middleton at 4.
Make that 3 again, Chris Middleton at 4.
Well, Sid's not with me, so he has Jimmy Butler at 4, and I have Jimmy Butler at 3.
I also have Jimmy Butler at 3.
Yep, I think it's smooth right here.
Yeah.
I think we have the same things.
Well, Sid has Brandon Ingram at 3, but we'll get to that. At number 2, I have Kawhi Leonard at 2.
At 2, I also have Kawhi Leonard. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Kawhi again. All right. Sid also has Kawhi, and that means we all have LeBron at 1.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Of course. All right. That went fairly smoothly. Literally, the 3 of us had the same top 5. Sid, however, put Brandon Ingram up at number 3. I do not know why.
I think he just puts a lot of trust in these players sometimes randomly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then he puts a lot of hate into Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he said he liked Jimmy Butler earlier, but I don't think that's true anymore.
Oh yeah. He did say that he liked Jimmy Butler, but I can't tell if it's true.
I think his list is a little inconsistent.
Oh, how so?
No, because his wait, what did we top 20, top 25?
Yeah.
Our top 25 is way different than his rankings here.
That's true. He did have Jaylen Brown at 15 in our top 25, and he's
And he didn't have Ingram on his top 25. Butler was though.
Yeah, Butler was at 22.
I guess he changed his mind, but
I mean, I don't know. Jimmy
his mind's
Butler
constantly changing without anything, dude. Because they didn't play the last time they did.
That's true. They have not played since then. That is kind of weird. Yeah. I don't see the argument for Brandon Ingram anyway, especially with how good Jimmy Butler is, because we all had Jimmy Butler in our top 13 in the world.
Yeah.
This is just a loaded position.
Most steals in the whole season? Come on.
And Middleton also, he had him 25. Then Ingram is randomly 3rd place on his small forwards list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether Brandon Ingram. I mean, I do like Brandon Ingram. I had him at number 5, so it's not that big of a discrepancy. But I still think the gap between Butler and Ingram is pretty noticeable. All right, should we move on to our first half of our power forwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, at number 10, I have Draymond Green.
At 10, I have John Collins.
At 10,
Mm-hmm.
I have Draymond Green.
At 10, Sid has Tobias Harris, and at 9, I have Pascal Siakam.
At 9, I have Siakam.
At 9, I have Tobias Harris.
At 9, Sid has John Collins, and at 8, I have Jeremy Grant.
At 8, I have Tobias Harris.
I also have Jeremy Grant.
Sid also has Jeremy Grant, and at number 7, I have Julius Randle.
7, I have. Oh shoot, my bad. Yeah, you're second. You're second.
At 7, I also have Julius Randle.
At 7, I have Sabonis.
Sid also has Sabonis, and at 6, I have Sabonis.
At 6, I have Sabonis.
At 6, I have Julius Randle.
And Sid also has Julius Randle.
Okay.
So outside of the wait a minute, Eli, you didn't have Siakam on your list.
No. Or Collins.
Well,
Collins.
I don't have Collins either.
Oh, who had him? Sid and Aryan?
Sid had him at 9. Aryan had him at 10.
Okay, only reason I had John Collins was because I don't have Jeremiah Grant. There you go.
Oh, that's
True.
You did rank Jeremy Grant as a small forward. Why did you? Maybe I'm overrating Draymond a little bit. I had him at 10.
I have him with you.
Oh, did you?
I have him also. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, then it looks like the main thing is the difference between Sabonis and Randle. Eli, you said Randle's better, and so did Sid. Aryan and I think Sabonis is better right now.
Mhm.
You just think he had too good of a season to put him below?
Yep.
I think that's fair. And honestly, I think that might be an inconsistency because I'm pretty sure Randle was on my top 25, and I know Sabonis wasn't. So that's on me.
Yeah.
I think Sabonis has had a very underrated season. I don't think because of the poor performance by the Pacers, people don't see like he's had a big impact on the game.
I would agree with that. He does pretty much everything you could ask for.
He's averaging points as well, 20 points a game. 21.
I disagree.
Really?
I don't think he's underrated at all.
Really?
I think people give him all the credit already.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not, but he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
And I think people do know that he's good. I don't think he's underrated or anything.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's fair. A little bit of a bold take, but it explains what you think. Should we move on to our top 5, which in theory should be identical or very?
Okay.
All right. At number 5, I have Zion.
At 5, I have Zion.
At 5, I have Zion.
Sid also has Zion, and at 4, I have Jason Tatum.
At 4, I have AD.
Jason Tatum.
Sid also has Jason Tatum, and at 3, I have Anthony Davis.
At 3, I have Tatum.
At 3, I have Anthony Davis.
And Sid also has AD at 3, and I have Kevin Durant at 2.
I also have Durant at 2.
Me too.
So does Sid, so that we all have Giannis number 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect that. I mean, I'll take it because he's my favorite player, honestly. But all right, so the only difference there was, Aryan, you had Anthony Davis below Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I see better potential for Tatum. I think AD's ceiling are like when AD is performing really well, he's better than Tatum, but he's really big of a glass cannon. That's why I don't want to put him.
That's definitely fair. I see that.
Big glass cannon.
Yeah,
sure.
and especially going into next year, Jason Tatum is an MVP favorite next year. So, and obviously, none of us had Giannis over KD in our top 25 list, but since then, the entire finals has been played, and he averaged 35 points a game in the most important series of his life. So, it's pretty clear why we have that, So,
he was injured at the beginning too.
He was. He dropped 20 points and 17 rebounds on 1.5 legs. I mean, they lost the game, but still, that's impressive.
Scored 40 on the second game.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, this guy's an animal. He had half of his games, he scored 40 or more in the finals. That's incredible.
Beast.
Me and Sid had the same top 8.
Did you really?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, because I guess the only disagreement would have been Randall and Sabonis, but you guys agreed on that one.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to our last position of the day?
Okay.
Did I fin? Yeah.
All right.
Wait, why does he have so much?
Yeah, I don't know. Sid sent us 13 centers. I'm only going to read it. I mean, his honorable mentions were Clint Capella, Rashawn Holmes, and Daniel Gafford / Thomas Bryant. I'm guessing he only put the last two in there because they're the Wizards.
He loves centers, that's for sure.
Yeah, I guess he just really wanted to put all of those. But at number 10, I have Jonas Valanciunas.
At 10, I have Christian Wood.
I also have Wood.
Sid has Valanciunas, and I have Christian Wood at 9.
At 9, I have DeAndre Ayton.
At 9, I have Valanciunas.
At 9, Sid has Miles Turner. And at number 8, I have Clint Capella.
At 8, I have Jonas.
At 8, I have Clint Capella.
And at 8, Sid has Christian Wood. And at 7, I have Nikola Vucevic.
At 7, I have Clint Capella.
At 7, I have DeAndre Ayton.
And at 7, Sid has DeAndre Ayton. And I have DeAndre Ayton at 6.
At 6, I have Vucevic.
I also have Vucevic.
Sid also has Vucevic. So I'm clearly higher on DeAndre Ayton than you guys. I see why Vucevic is higher than him for you guys. I mean, he shot 40% from 3 last year. And his assists have taken a hit, but that's because he's leaving Orlando. But I mean, still, that dude drops 24 and close to 10 a game on super efficient. I will say, though, 9 for Ayton seems a little bit low.
Is he really better than Jonas or Clint Capella currently? I don't know.
I mean, I think maybe I'm overrating him because of the playoffs he had, but he looks really good. I mean, he's 7'1" and he gets all those easy dunks and layups, even if they're contested. He gets rebounds. His defense has improved greatly. He just got exposed by Giannis in the finals, but I mean, he was playing great against Jokic in that series. Maybe I'm overrating him because of how high energy he got in the playoffs, but I still think if he's not there now, he will be better than Vucevic at the end of next year.
I think so too, but I feel this season, with centers especially, if you switch out DeAndre Ayton and put Clint Capella on the Suns, I think that man would perform even more. Or Jonas, either one.
I think there's definitely, those two are arguably the two best rebounders in the league today since Drummond has kind of fallen off a cliff. But I see what you mean. They definitely could have used the level of rebounding that those two guys have against Milwaukee. I see where you're coming from for sure.
His stonks are rising, though. His stonks are rising. Maybe the next season, I would say.
Yeah, he's definitely getting up there. Do you guys have any other issues, or should we go to the top 5?
Top 5.
All right. At number 5, I have Rudy Gobert.
At 5, I also have Rudy Gobert.
I also have Gobert.
Sid has Bam at 5, and I have Bam at 4.
I have Cat at 4.
Cat at 4.
Wow. Sid has Rudy Gobert at 4, and I have Cat at 3.
I have Bam at 3.
Bam 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 at 3.
All right. Sid has Cat at 3, and I have Embiid at 2, which I mean.
I have Embiid at 2.
Embiid at 2. I don't know why I paused there.
Yeah.
Sid also has Embiid at 2, and we all have the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic at number 1.
The Yokesters won.
I'm going to be honest, Eli, I thought you paused because you were going to have Jokic too.
Yeah, same.
No, heck no. What?
I know, but still.
Okay, no. I was going to do that. Just scroll. That's what I paused on. I was thinking of
big brain.
But I was like, nah, I'm not disrespecting Jokic.
Yeah, not now. But yeah, we really didn't disagree that much. I mean, other than you guys had Bam at 3 and I had Cat at 3, but I get why.
Yeah.
Bam over Cat.
Bam over Cat.
That's fair.
Bam over Cat.
Okay. And then Sid
Bam over Cat.
Gobert over Bam, which personally I don't like based on how Rudy Gobert got very much exposed. But
I think Gogurt deserves his position at 5.
Yeah, no. Gobert's an incredible defensive center. He's the top 5 defensive player in the league.
No.
Gogurt, actually, I think Gogurt should be higher on the list because he was so good that he shut down the entirety of the NBA for one season. That's impressive. Give him a round of applause for that one.
Let's go, Gobert.
Yeah.
Let's go. And he
Let's
beat
go, Bert.
Okay, dude. Start on. Are you happy for that?
No.
Of course not. He did also shut down Team USA this morning. So.
Yeah. He's doing work. He's doing his magic.
His Gobert magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Next position, 6 man. All right. At
The
number
best
10.
man in the league.
Yep. Who do you have at number 10?
Ish Smith.
He made it. Let's go.
He
You made it on the episode. Let's go.
I have Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Let's not get into that.
What do you mean?
Come on. You just like asked that he should be traded for Buddy Hield like half an hour.
Then I have Lou Williams at 9.
Did you actually rank your 6 man?
Then I have for number 8, I have Rajon Rondo. No, I'm making it up.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, there's no way you just thought of the first 3 6 men you could think. But yeah, that concludes our top 10 list. Are there any other thoughts you guys want to add?
Jokic is still going to be the best center next season.
Sid's guard sucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sid's guard list or not. I love John Moran, but I don't think he's a top 10 point guard yet.
I also like John Morant, but yeah, he's just not there.
He's going to get there more than like maybe after next season. Oh, that's another thing. Since personally, point guard was the hardest to rank, and then shooting guard is probably after that. Do you guys think the NBA is in a golden age of guards right now?
Facts.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to say that. I mean, based off of, we're talking about John Collins at around the 10 spot for power forwards, and we're talking about Jamal Murray at number 10 for point guards. I mean, come on, that gap is pretty sizable. But yeah, unless there's anything else you guys have, is this a good spot to wrap it up?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this has been episode 8 of Tarzan's Treehouse. Thank you all for listening. Make sure to check out those links in the description, and we'll see you next time.